and sing it till you die. Oh, Atenista, fly. You got to believe that we are the children people, and you know we sing it loud to the crowd. No evil. You got to believe that I'm gonna show you how, and I'm gonna show you. Infinitely majestic, cutting through the sun as we levitate. Aerial designs from the mind that would meditate. Earthbound, from touch sky to the ground. Now let me tell you how the king rocks to the sound like this. For bliss, don't think you miss the boogie with the beat to the clouds we kiss. Now this battle flag is ablaze in blue-white to take flight high across the Orient seas. Grooves in the wind like a tropical breeze with the ease. Maneuver to the beautiful expanse. I'm covering the mic with my lyrical wingspan. Fly with the spirit of a new frontier. We are the kings of the atmosphere. Like
Coming up next, SPARC, Spouses, Parents, Children, on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Katipunan.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Sa Blue Eagle kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng buwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulog. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
What keeps a family shining? It's that spark, the bond between spouses, the wisdom of parents, and the dreams of children. And guess what? We're turning that spark into a show. Introducing SPARC, Spouses, Parents, and Children. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. A program filled with real talk, life hacks, inspiring stories, and yes, even the fun and laughter that keep families strong. So tune in, light up your day, and let's celebrate what makes every family shine. SPARC, Spouses, Parents, and Children. Only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Your campus, your community, your spark of inspiration.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Once again, welcome back to another episode of SPARC Podcast, all about marriage and parenting through the eyes of spouses, parents, and children. This program is brought to you once again by CBX Network, Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM, The Discovery Weekend, and The Love Institute. Welcome also to all our audience over at the Radio, Facebook, and YouTube. As always, feel free to interact with us, comment, ask questions. We'll try our best to read them. We're broadcasting live here at Chescom Building of the Ateneo de Manila University. I am, as always, your host with a little bedroom voice this morning, Coach Aiza Caparastabayoyon, keeping you company through your traffic and whatever you're going to do on a Monday morning, keeping your energy up while hopefully learning some tips on marriage and parenting as well. And for today, our topic is very interesting because it's all about launching adult kids and grandparenting. So yung mga young lolo and lola or older lolos and lolas, all those young parents who are launching their young adults, hope you will pick up some tips here with us. Stay tuned and take some notes if you want to. But this morning, we are always as blessed because God sends us angels to be with us, to be your resource persons with us. A couple who's married for almost 44 years, happy most often than not, as they always say. Carla and Manolet are parents to 4 married children. So super launch. When I was interviewing them, they said, super launch na to the moon, their kids, to the outer universes. And their kids are ages 34 to 43. So, mga nagmi-midlife na rin or quarter life. Grandparents to 7 children, ages between 1 to 14 years old. Sarap. We'll hear more. And they have been active members of the Brotherhood of Christian Businessmen and Professionals, BCBP for short. It's a Catholic evangelistic community that's been in existence they've been with the community for the past 40 years. So Manolet, to my left, has been a part-time college professor at the Ateneo's John Gokongwei School of Management, or SOM, since 2000, teaching organizational behavior, strategic human resource management, business ethics, and sustainability. But he's most passionate about strengthening faith-driven leadership and living out the mission of BCBP in the community of bringing Christ to the marketplace para maiwasan po mga corrupt. Hopefully also to the government, tulak ko siya doon, and transforming the marketplace for Christ. Please welcome Manolet Show. Greet our audience.
Hi. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Isa. Thank you for...
nakikinig mga estudyante mo, Brati.
Oh, okay. Will not comment on that. Yeah, if they are welcome. Thank you. Thank you for bringing us here this morning.
It's our pleasure to have you. And of course, on the other side, the better half or equal half, I don't know if that's a thing between the two of you, and Carla. She's retired from her 22-year full-time stint at the admin post of the Ateneo since last 2019. She retired. After that, she took on being a job and career development and job and career transition coach, and is also now a parenting and relationship consultant, my colleague at the Love Institute, and also a mentor of Ateneo medical students and doctors of the barrios who are taking their masters in the Ateneo School of Government. Please welcome Carla Shoho. Please greet everyone.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. And thank you, Isa, for inviting us.
Buti na lang, ang gaganda ng boses ng guest natin ngayon to compensate mine. Sabi ng anak ko, boses ko lang si John Travolta doon sa hairspray nung nanay siya. Anyway.
Moda.
But yeah, I love my voice. Feeling ko, mas sexy talaga ako pag ganito ang boses ko. But comment on the chat if you agree or disagree. So, let's get to it. Kasi nga marami tayo pag-uusapan. Ayoko sayangin ang presence nitong dalawang to dahil I'm sure marami silang i-share. No? So, question for both of you. As your kids were getting older, getting their own jobs na, balikan natin. I know they're pretty much old already, but when you were still seeing them graduate from college, launching part pa lang, settling down, having their own families, what are some changes that happened between you guys as a couple or maybe as parents, relationship with your children? What was the transition like? Nagtuturoan to dalawa. Ang cute nyo.
Oh, nga, it's been a while, but
You know what?
well, they're about 2 years apart. The kids are about 2 years apart. So, one after the other, they were taking flight.
Galing ng planning.
And, well, except for the third and the fourth, about 6 years. But transition, I guess, I cannot put it in words, but because from the start, okay, our goal was to teach our children to be independent. Okay, because we knew we had, sooner or later we had to let go of them, right?
That's right.
And so I was excited actually
Really?
for this new stage in their lives and our lives. Yeah.
That's a tough phrase, no, letting go and launching them. Because, well, I think at the very start when they were still younger, I think it's every parent's, in the back of your mind, you just want to keep control over them. But at some point, you realize, at some point, you really need to let them go. As Carl have said, yes, we have tried our best when they were growing up. The best way we knew how. A lot of that we got from our own parents to, in a way, equip them, maybe emotionally, the same way that our parents did that for us. Of course, I think with the age, relationships were starting to change because they weren't kids anymore. Before, pinagsasabihan mo, inuutusan mo yan. When they were younger, you could just drag them all to church.
Yeah.
At some point, you cannot do that anymore.
Yeah.
At some point, just say, your mom and I are leaving at this time for Mass. Anybody who wants to come along.
Wow. Very democratic.
Yeah.
Sama kayo o hindi.
You know what? Kasi I think I personally believe that God has a plan for each and every one of them. That's different. Which may actually not be the same as what I want for them. And so I think it's that tough balance of wanting to hold on to a little bit of them, but at the same time entrusting them to a bigger, more beautiful plan. So in terms of relationships with them, nagpalit na rin yung especially communication patterns. The way we dealt with them, we knew that they were starting to have their boundaries already with us. And we just had to really be sensitive to those boundaries. Kasi syempre, di ba, magkaka-boyfriend ka, girlfriend, papalit yung relationship. So, that was a challenge. It wasn't really a tough one, but we knew it was there, di ba?
Interesting lang kasi magkaiba yung parang complementing and different, but complementing yung one, you say there's a lot of adjusting. It was tough for you. Si Carla naman excited. Would you want to elaborate? Why were you excited?
For a long time, I was a full-time stay-home mom, right? And so, a lot of, I'd like to say I was a domestic specialist who worked my way up to be a home executive.
Okay, that's a new title for the moms there and dads also who are home-based domestic specialist. Okay, go.
And so, but part of my long-term goal was also to have time for myself, right? So I said, is this the time, So, and I think I did my part, raising them, having them finish their education, right? And so now it was their turn. So as my dad would tell me before, he said, at a certain point, you have to remove your hand from the glove so that they can put their hand into that glove, And I think that was the transition, and that was what was happening.
Right.
I was allowing them to do that, and to make their own choices, to discover what they wanted to do after school, their own transition from school to work.
Yeah.
And I was happy because all of them, right away started looking for jobs after college. Not like I hear some people now have gap years and they want to rest
Sabbatical.
and they're so
Di ba nagsisimula ng
tired.
trabaho, nakasabbatical?
I know. So, but with my kids, no, they were excited also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what I heard, the excitement is coming from, it's finally to have some more time for myself. While at the other hand is also, para kang yung mga scientists na nag-prepare talaga ng rocket, tingnan natin kung lilipad. Yun, di ba? Yung that D-Day that you will do the countdown and see if all your hard work is gonna pay off and it will literally launch up. No, that's one. But with Manolette, I heard very interesting words like letting go and boundaries. We will go deeper into that. I want to hear more about that, especially about the letting go. I mean, especially for both of you, how did that feel? How was it like? That letting go part. Siguro yung first two, medyo madali or something, but yung huli ng last two, nauubos na. Tayo na lang, no? But how was that like?
I like to believe that, for Carla and I think deep down, we share the same values. I mean, we have obviously had different ways of expressing that. No? If we're gonna go by the personality framework route, we're just totally different.
Yeah.
But like you said, at the end of the day, we will stick to the core values that have brought us together, and hopefully these values we were able to impart to our kids. So, and if there's that level of confidence that you say, pwede na, you can let them go. We tried our very best to not to influence them, especially with for one, college courses. We never gave any hint. We never instructed them or influenced them to take a particular course, hoping that they would land in one that they would flourish in, and that will be part, I guess, of the launching. Na pag hinayaan mo na that early choosing of what I want to take for college would be a good part of that.
Yeah.
Kasi nga sila yung pumili, di ba?
Yeah.
Hindi naman kami.
Yeah.
Right? We just said, do the best you can. That's the course you like, go.
Yeah. On the topic, of course, diba your job transition, career coaching, you didn't have that training when you were launching the kids, no?
No, I didn't.
Diba?
That's right.
Then, ang magbe-benefit na dyan, yung mga apo.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, but how was the letting go part for you?
Yeah, well, as I said, I was looking forward to it, right? So for me, I'd say it wasn't difficult. Okay? Because I was looking forward to it.
Not all moms are like that, no?
I know, right?
Parang some moms are holding on to, oh my goodness, my self-worth and my identity is attached to being a mom, right? And then,
True.
So I can imagine that will be difficult for some of them. What's the secret there?
Okay, a friend of mine said, at a certain point, you have to retire being a parent. And so I think with that mindset, it helped a lot because I said, okay, I cannot be the parent, with authority and telling them what to do, as Manolette mentioned earlier. So it was more like, okay, how can we be friends?
Yeah.
How can I, hold their hand and be there for them? Just, they had were free to make their own choices, but I assured them I was always there. We were always there in case they needed to talk to us about anything, consult with us, you know. So it was more like being a coach and a guide and a mentor all in one, you know.
Okay, so plenty of things to learn about, especially for those who are in the corporate scene, right? You are like now, if you're managers or heads or directors in your company, someday you will retire. Pero pwede rin kayong maging consultant for the next leaders of the company. Ganon din pala sa family. So, I'm sorry to say, for the others, no, parenting is one relationship that ends in a separation. Right?
True.
Unlike marriage is till death do us part. Dapat. Ay, iba ngayon till further notice. Hindi dapat.
No expiration.
No expiration ng marriage, but ang parenting, may retirement pala. But you can transition into becoming a friend, a mentor, a consultant, a coach.
And it's like you're just retiring yourself, you know, changing tires, you know.
Retiring. Wow. Okay. Yes, Manolet.
No, I just wanted to pick up from what Carla said about the retiring as a parent. As you
Pero
said,
okay ba ang package?
well, yeah, and the thing is, because it's like I've been teaching in the college for 25 years, and it still bothers me that you would have students. These are college students who still would bring their parents to school to appeal, to negotiate. Para sa akin kasi, hayaan nyo na yung anak nyo. You know, he or she is old enough to do that for himself or herself. And it's been quite a bit disappointing to actually see, and may I say, no, my observation, mostly mothers, that actually accompany their children to school to maybe talk to a professor, you know. Para
So
sa akin
yung
kasi,
habits ng
diba?
junior high, senior high, hindi pa rin nawala. Nandun pa
Kaya
rin.
nga. And I think, I just like to think that that may not help in terms of launching them properly. I mean, I'm sure they have the reasons is that
Napatahimik ako doon. Hindi ko alam kung sumusulat pa ako sa professor ng college ko. Hindi naman wala.
yeah, but that I just wanted to pick up on what Carla said. I think that's very important. I think when you say launching them, you have to do everything to try and do it right. And I mean, of course, may mga sablayan ng konti, but like a rocket launch, you make one calculated an error that can really end up in a catastrophe, you know. So if you want to use that metaphor of a launch, diba? So I think that's one of them. I think Carl and I have,
Or the birds flying, if they don't have strong wings, boog.
that's true.
But it's okay because then, you know, we wanted also them to learn from their own mistakes, you know. So if they fell down, they had to learn how to pick themselves up again in a manner of speaking, right? Yeah, but I remember my eldest son, it wasn't difficult because from the start, he knew what course he wanted to take and he knew what track. Yeah, he took communication and he wanted to go into advertising. And that, you know, didn't change. Yes, until he graduated. And so, similar to what my father did with me, you know, I said, oh, okay, so when you have your resume, is it okay if we share it with people we know, you know? It'll bring it to the door, but you walk in. Yeah. So
okay lang yun. All right. And I'm sure the others have different stories for the rest of the sibling kasi for kids, for different personalities. Ito nga lang, mag-asawa lang. Even we saw that last week with Tito George and Tita Ditsy. They're also very different personality. You know? And I think talaga opposites attract. You'll see that with this couple, you'll see that with my husband, but there's a blessing, there's a purpose in that. No?
of course.
Yeah.
And there's more variety.
Variety.
Unlike poles really attract.
Correct. Mas exciting ang buhay. Okay. So, now that you have launched and you're pretty much empty nesters, so what keeps you busy? What are the healthy ways to adjust to this kind of new lifestyle?
I think we have tried to be busy. Like for my part, school occupies my time.
Yeah.
And not only school, other training related, consulting related projects.
We've maximized you in Kai before, I remember.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Maximize is my word,
that's
not
right,
abused.
Because kasi like, I mean, just for me, I have friends my age, all right, who have just completely retired. And I noticed that they get sick easier. And I think their outlook on life also kind of gets stuck in a particular mode, no. And as for me, an empty nest, I think that's one. It's important to do something.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, whether it is for livelihood or not, it's important to be productive with your time, and I think especially with things that you enjoy doing. So that's for my part. I think Carl is also like very busy now. Carl?
Mas busy nga yan.
A lot of
Different
gig
kind of
work.
busy.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was planned happenstance in career development terms. I did not, deliberately or conventionally look for the next thing to do after I retired from my full-time paid job here in the Ateneo. But thanks to Maribel Janicio, my cousin, my first cousin, she invited me to join Love Institute. So I'm with Isa in Love Institute now. And then, but when I retired, I was already a coach for Ateneo medical students. And then recently, I got also invited to mentor doctors assigned to the barrios who are taking their masters in public management in the Ateneo School of Government. Yeah. So lots of hats. Of course, I'm first a wife, still a mother, once a mother, always a mother, and a grandmother. So yeah, it's nice. I kind of flexi time, and so my sessions are by appointment, and well, the mentoring sessions are scheduled, so I can adjust. It's still not a fixed 8 to 5 job sitting down in an office. So there's a lot of flexibility.
That's interesting. What I'm hearing is you individually have your own busyness that you're doing, but you're also pretty much, as I introduced you, very active together in CBCP.
BCP.
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry nga, hindi nga pala pari yung mga kausap ko. Kasi daming pari dito sa studio na to. BCBP, right? So, that's also keeping you busy together.
Not as much. We were actually maybe more busy
When the kids were growing up.
when the kids were growing up, and that was the time that I was also serving as the national president. And so we did a lot of traveling to practically all of our chapters from north all the way to the south of this country, and occasionally we would fly out to countries where we had presence, chapters. So our business has kind of like leveled down. But yes, we are still very active members of our chapter. And, I mean, when opportunities come, like, we're asked to do this or that, especially give talks. Kapag may oras naman, then, yeah, sure. Yeah. So, yes, these are the things that are brought to our plate.
Yeah.
We really don't, search for them.
Yeah.
But I guess for me, that's God keeping us busy, which is important, I think.
I feel it's the openness, no? So for those who are experiencing this now, they're retiring from parenting or retiring from their full-time work, it's you being open to still being productive. Hindi yung, mag-retire na ako, puro relax and puro home na lang. It's still you have a whole wealth of wisdom. I'm not even gonna say knowledge, yes, skills, yes, but wisdom, life wisdom, na sayang if hindi ma-intentionally ma-transfer. That's one to the family, but also maybe to whatever field you were exposed to most. No? So get an inventory of your wisdom, your life skills, your knowledge, and be sensitive and be open to whatever wherever God will lead you. No? Okay. So, Carla mentioned earlier about wife first, still a mother, and now a grandparent. Let's go now to being a grandparent. No? When the grandchildren came, mga apos, and I always hear there's new apostolate. Kung BCBP ang dati yung apostolate, may bago ng apostolate. What's the feeling of being first the new lolos and lolas when it started happening first few ones, kasi 7 na ngayon, and how did it feel when you saw your own children becoming parents themselves?
Again, another transitioning.
Yeah.
We have 7 grandkids, and I'd always say it every time for each of them that came, it was like just falling in love all over again.
Aww.
Because they were special. I mean, and we were just so happy that, well, they all came out healthy. That's one. And it was really an exciting time when they started to come. 14 years ago, because our oldest is 14. But then again, I realized I needed to understand more what's the role of being a grandparent. It's indescribable. I mean, I'd say, you need to experience being a grandparent to talk about it, right? And this is one thing I always tell my friends. My grandkids are my therapy. They're therapy. Maski na wala silang sinasabi, they just need to be around. Physically around. And that already, they're mga bata kasi, they're so pure eh. And so they exude this pure energy.
Yes, and positive.
And positive, yeah. And
pure joy.
Innocence, no?
Yes,
and so for me, they're just therapy. I mean, they're de-stressors in a way.
Yeah.
But then Carla started to realize, siyempre, our kids, of course, were developing their own parenting styles. And I always go back to this reality that we have 4 kids who married 4 different people, representing 4 different family cultures.
Yes.
And they're picking up from their cultures and forming their own. And those are the things that I want to be, I want to be sensitive to. Hindi na kasi pwede yung sa amin eh. Palit na eh, di ba? So, we need to see all of our 4 kids, 4 different unique family units with their own cultures. And because of the cultures nga, we needed to start dealing with the boundaries of those cultures. So, but it's been really exciting, Some of them had been predictable, some just like out of left field, said, ooh,
Yeah, I can imagine 4 nga lang na kids. Ngayon, 7 personalities na. 7 different, unique personalities. But, natouch upon ako. It's falling in love all over again. Did you realize you have enough heart to give, to sow?
Oh, yeah.
Much,
You realize it's bottomless. Parang bottomless
bottomless
drink.
pala eh, no?
Patuloy lang.
Yeah.
Carla.
Funny, because when my kids were, getting married and stuff, I said, hey, I told them, I'm not the type of parent who wants an apostolate. I said, okay. In other words, I was making parinig that, hey, do your own thing, take care of them yourselves, okay? But of course, when they got pregnant and stuff, and I'm okay. My prayer was, can make my grandchildren healthy, normal, intelligent, and gorgeous. Okay. Answered prayer. All of the above. Okay. And then, but as Manalet said, it was a different experience when you actually saw them, and I had to swallow my words without telling my kids. So the times that, Mom, are you by any chance free? Because we want to have a date, tonight, my husband and I, and like that. My daughter would ask, I'm sure. Oh, what time? What are the details? Even if I had a schedule, without telling them, I'm changing my schedule to accommodate taking care of my grandson. But yeah.
So needless to say, you swallowed your words na ayaw mo mag-apostolate.
Oo, masarap pala siya.
Alam na nila ngayon, nanonood sila eh. Okay. And you were saying about boundaries, right? So your boundaries with your children who are now parents themselves. How was that set? Was it explicit, implicit? Was there a meeting for each? Okay, this set of in-law, my son-in-law, your daughter-in-law, or was there a family meeting? Pag kayo nag-asawa, ganito, ganyan. Paano yun?
I don't remember any formal meetings with each of them to discuss boundaries. I think boundaries just fell into place. And boundaries showed up when there was a bit of misunderstanding, kasi doon naman lumalabas yun parang oops. And after a while, for Carl and I, we really had to pull back. That's the word I used, pull back, and start respecting those boundaries.
Yeah. But I think that's because our communication lines remained open.
Which one? You and
with
the
my kids?
Okay.
Yes, with my children. Because when they were growing up, in fact, we even asked them, so if there's one thing we did right as a parent that you think, what would that be? And they said, self-expression. They could sometimes. So they could express their feelings, their thoughts, their ideas,
They're heard.
Yes, and we listened to them. Even if we didn't agree all the time,
Yes.
But there was no judgment. And then, okay, for as long as it wasn't a moral issue, we let it be. Okay. And so that was there. And so they could tell us straight, Pop, Mom, can you do it this way? We don't want it this way. So they were very straightforward and direct with us. And because we didn't want to confuse the kids, we had to agree, So
kids.
so when they say, can we have this? And we knew their parents said, no, you can't have candy. Okay. And so, did you ask your dad and mom? What did they say? Not yet. Or go ask. So, it's consistent. And then whatever your parents say will be okay with us. So we gave them that. We made the grandkids feel that still, their parents were in charge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I heard is you deferred authority to your children.
Yes.
Did you know that by instinct or some because your communication lines are open? One or two of them had to tell you straight out, oops, you stop there. We
Sure.
begin here.
All the time.
I think
because my default script in my head tells me what to do, right?
Yeah.
And I was a parent also one time, and so it's automatic. Like, oh, I did it to you that way. Okay, learn from my mistakes. I tell my kids, But it's all the time. It's what do you call this?
Constant feed forward.
Constant. Yes.
I remember my first experience with having to deal with my dad, right? Because when Miguel, our oldest, was born, we stayed with my parents for about 2 years. 2 years. Siyempre, di ba, cute little Miguel, running around. And, of course, my parents had, of course, the tendency to, to dote over them. And especially when Miguel would need extra attention, like he'd be crying, I remember one time I had to sit down with my dad. I said, Dad, thank you so much for allowing us to stay here, but can you please allow us the space, give us the authority to discipline Miguel.
The way we want to.
Yun lang naman. And you know what? I don't forget. I cannot forget the experience because my dad was very open about it. Okay, I'm sorry. Parang ganun. And so oftentimes you just need to communicate what you need. All right? And explain where you're coming from. Siyempre, our parents' generation is older pa than baby boomers, di ba?
Silent.
Ayan,
Ano ko
di ba?
na the
There's
silent
such a-
generation.
Sila yung basta.
Basta.
Basta ako
magulang,
nagsalita, ako yung
sumunod ka.
susunod.
Yeah.
And so, siyempre, they're coming from that point of view. So I think communication is very important, and not to give up on that, because even though parang the time with our kids looked fine and dandy, there were some really difficult moments, which we all learned from.
Yeah.
And I think those difficult moments, I guess, need to happen.
Yeah.
So that, again, you go back to communicating as well as you can. Eh kasi naman, Alex and Carl, we were just doing the best we knew how.
Right. You didn't take it personally, it didn't hurt.
No.
Okay.
In fact, that's it. Don't take it as a personal attack. And in my mindset, for me, they're not my responsibility anymore. It's the parents are accountable, It's their choices, okay? But we're just here to support, and to be there like cheerleaders and stuff, If they want our advice or our help, they will let us know.
Yeah.
They're adults.
Yeah.
And again, my father, who is full of wisdom, he would say, never give unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Wow.
I know, right? It's
Yeah,
tough.
I
But
know.
Yeah.
Tell me about
no,
it.
and a lot of respect.
Yes.
And trust.
Yes.
Because at the end of it, Manila and I would say, let's trust that we raised them the right way and we
Yeah.
instilled the correct values. So, hopefully it will be handed down to their children and their children's children, right?
Yeah.
So, yun. And a lot of prayer. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, we did our part. The rest is up to God. It's in
Yes.
God's hands. No?
Yes.
And He's the original parent anyway.
Exactly.
And when you think about it, there's not much you can do after you launch.
Yeah.
Really, when you think about it.
Correct. Unless they come to you. Unless they ask for your help.
I just want to again go back to what Carla said. To us, it's very important. As long as it's not a moral issue,
Sure. Yeah.
let it go.
Yeah. Choosing our battles. Parents, choose your
And you know
battles.
what? When you think about it, there's practically no moral issues. It's just the way of
Preferences.
doing things. Preferences
Yes.
that bring you into conflict. Kasi ito yung nakagisnan ko.
Styles, ways of doing
Yeah.
things.
Just doing things.
Yeah.
That's where the conflict really
Right.
is. Even with
Yeah.
couples
Yeah.
and with kids, it's hardly is there a moral issue there.
Yeah.
Diba? And so, why stress?
Correct.
Why stress about it?
Dami ko napupulot. Wala akong papel. And dapat nagsusulat ako dito.
One major difference
Yeah.
is nutrition and diet.
Oh.
Because now, my kids are very mindful of what their kids eat.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
They avoid sugar, sweets, which I love.
Yeah.
Because I'm also a fitness buff
Yes.
in my own right.
Yes.
But yeah, so yeah. And so that's good,
Yeah.
But for a while, it was like, sobra naman to. Parang, they can't eat this, they can't eat that.
Because when you were younger parents, hindi kayo as stickler to the type of
No,
food
we could
you
eat everything and anything, right?
Well, in
Yeah.
fairness, no, hindi kasi delikado ngayon kasi dami ng processed mga
But that's
injected,
true,
whatever.
that's true, yeah.
So, iba na talaga ngayon.
That's true.
Okay, so shout out to all our viewers watching right now and those listening on the radio and following us on YouTube and Facebook. Again, put in your comments or questions. We're just having a hard time reading them all right now, but shout out especially to our regular viewers right now. And time check for all our listeners, it's already 10:05. Ay, mali. Hindi. 10:15. 10:10. Okay, wait. 10:10 in the morning. Sorry, hindi near glass aking salamin. But yeah, what I heard so far is the open communication between the Shohos and their children have been there ever since. Judgment aside, listen, they feel their children are being heard, there's respect, and there is curiosity on where they're coming from. It's not insistence, ito yung gawi namin ng panahon namin, ito yung way of doing things namin, we insist na ganun pa rin, nag-work naman sa mga anak sa inyo, bakit hindi mag-work sa mga apo namin? Dapat, yun, medyo bitaw-bitawan natin yun, and defer the authority, the responsibility to the parents, to your children who are your grandchildren's parents. Nalilito na ako sa mga sinasabi natin. Yes. And modeling of their fathers. What I'm hearing is, Manolet's dad modeled humility of, I defer to you, anak, my son. Okay, I'm sorry. And then also Carla's dad has a lot of wisdom to share on letting go and letting the children, thrive on their own. And choose your battles. If it's not a moral issue, some of the things, their choices, let them suffer the consequence. They'll learn. And then have a conversation after. But not an I told you so. It's more of, what did we do right? What can we avoid next time? Coaching talaga. Ang dami. Okay, I hope you're taking notes. I should be taking notes, but this is recorded, so I will watch it again for me to prepare. Okay, but as grandparents, kanina sinabi ni Carla na minsan magde-date yung mga anak nila, inihahabilin yung apo sa kanila. So, which Carla welcomes. Anyway, but how much help really is expected from you as grandparents? So, logistical, mga babysitting for a few hours or something, financial, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, what kind of help is expected, or not just for you, but maybe other parents that they should prepare for?
Well, I'm grateful. For us, it's basically the help they need from us is staff support. Because my kids don't have household help. Oh, well, no, the other one pala, the other two have. But the other two don't have, okay? And so it's really like, just the other couple of days ago, we took care of my two granddaughters because their parents were away for business trips, okay? And so they stayed with us. And Manolet took them to school. I picked them up from school, that sort of thing. And so when they need additional help in that area, ayan, Grab driver,
Yeah.
My second career siguro.
school bus driver.
Bus driver.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should have treats in your car.
Oh, no.
Bawal.
No, we don't. Because I don't eat anything in the car.
Bawal.
Sanay na sila, not much in-betweens.
Yeah, I think that the kids just ask us for our time, our presence, and yung mga practical stuff like bringing there, picking up, and of course Carla is the grandma chef, and that's, I know that excites all of my grandkids when they go to our place because they know they can expect the treats.
So the treats is not in the school bus, it's in the house.
Well, I already accept that position of just driving them around.
Oh yeah, sometimes he brings them to McDonald's or Burger
And you
King.
supply and the kwento, I'm sure,
Okay
the
lang yun.
stories and the jokes.
Yeah.
The grandpa jokes, which I don't know if the kids welcome or they cringe at.
Oh no, right now, especially with my older grandkids, I wait for them to make kwento, especially from school. And you know what? They have a lot of kwento. Tuloy-tuloy yan from the moment they leave school and they get to the house. It's all them. It's all kwento.
So that's what
It's just-
I love that. That's what I love being a driver of the kids. They download to you. I
Yeah.
call it. They
Oo.
download to you.
Oh, yung kanilang mga iba't-ibang from the good stuff and from the disappointing things that happen in school, all of those things. And I just let them talk, and I just ask them, "You hungry?"
Sabay, you're hungry.
Say, "Are you hungry?"
You sound like you had a stressful day. Are you hungry?
Yeah, something like that. I think I think that's the parent in us that never leaves. That thing, making sure that, are you okay?
Yes.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
That's usually the first question. Have you eaten?
Yeah.
So,
Nice. Tandem kami. His language of love is quality time. So that's perfect for him when he picks them up, brings them to school, etc. Me naman, it's acts of service. So yan, I love cooking and baking for them. One of their favorites is apple pie. So yan. So they love it.
Apple pie is
Yes.
divine. Okay. Yeah, but what I also like is, marunong ka na dapat magsalita ng Gen Alpha.
I don't know really. I can still, at least I can still understand my grandkids when they talk. That's okay. I mean, they have some terms already that I'm trying to get used to.
Well, we've watched K-pop Demon Hunters. If
Which
that's
ano ba yung mga language? You're fire. You're fire. When you're fire means you're hot. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, I had to sit through that. I had to sit through that movie. So, okay.
I enjoyed it.
Well, okay.
A
Kanya-kanya.
bit.
Our colleague Kathy was the one who introduced it during
really?
our lunch. And then
No,
I said,
I watched it already.
what's that all about? What's that all about? I said, oh, it's on Netflix. Okay,
Yeah.
let's watch it. So, and when I started, I'll just share. When I started putting the show on that, my two Gen Zs are like, what's Mama watching? Oh my God, Mama's watching the K-pop Demon Hunters. And they started recording me watching.
Oh, wow. And
Evidence
Golden, right? The hit
Golden.
Is
song.
that posted in Facebook?
I know, they don't do that. It's just in
Yeah.
our chat group. And
But
for
it's so
everything.
nice to learn from them. You know what I
Yes.
learned from my 1.5-year-old granddaughter?
Yeah, what?
Bahala na.
Oh,
Oh, the song.
It's a song.
Have you heard of Oh my gosh. Once, hey Siri, play Bahala na. And then Siri plays it and then she starts dancing.
Aww. Wow, I like that they still like OPMs. Very good. Thank you to all the new local bands that make OPMs relevant again. I love it. Okay, so that's my next question. How do you connect and make an impact on your grandkids while still respecting authority to their own parents? But before that, for the other parents who are not, in terms of help, asking their help, especially financial, where do you think they should draw the line? What's your take on that? Especially on, other things that they might need at home. Emotional, I guess, will always be there for them. But how about, when it comes to material things, financial things?
Well, yeah, sometimes, cash flow is always a concern of young couples or,
Yes.
young families, right? Expenses can pile up, right? But, it depends on what it's for. And it's not a dole out.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and they know, can we borrow this much for this, for the
yes,
specific purpose? And if it's for something related to school or, stuff like that, of course, So,
We can't say no naman, but make sure
Yeah.
they're also taking responsibility and not being dependent back on us, right?
true. Yes. And they are faithful to it. They pay us back, But, from the start, I don't know how it happened. As Manolet said, we didn't really deliberately sit down and say, okay, these are our rules. Okay, this is what we want you to do. No. And so when they had their own jobs, they even asked. They said, is it okay if we still live with you? Okay. And then looking forward, my other son even said, and if I get married and I can't afford my own place yet, can I live with you?
Yeah.
And of course we said, sure. Mi casa, su casa, right? You're welcome anytime. And on their own, they offered, but we will share with the
Rent.
expenses.
Yeah.
Yes. The utilities, the groceries, etc. And we allow them to do that so that they feel naman, what?
They're
No,
participating.
you need to have a stake in it. If
Yeah,
not,
there you go.
It's going to breed irresponsibility.
Yeah.
Of course, that's a tough choice. I mean, usually said, "Oh, mo nang bayaran," diba?
Yeah.
There's always this thing about just
Yeah.
forget it. No? But it's for their own growth.
Yes.
It's for their own maturing, diba? That if they want to, then just let them.
Yes. If it's too easy kasi, and that's what I take from that. The difficulties, even us as parents and them as new parents,
Yes.
are muscle builders, right?
Yes,
When you go to
yes.
the gym, you build muscles. Here, you allow them to have some difficulty, even if you want to,
Yes.
pro bono, libre na everything.
True.
So they get used to it and they build the necessary muscles because we'll not be here forever, right?
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I think what encouraged that was also because when they were growing up, we also had our own cash flow concerns.
Yeah.
And so we couldn't provide them with all the material stuff
The
that they
wants,
wanted.
the wants, yeah.
Yes, the wants, because we were paying for tuition, their food, right?
Yeah.
And those were the priorities. And so they saw there was delayed gratification,
Yeah.
which was good,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so
Building
after that,
EQ.
yes, then they were motivated. So my other son even said, I want to earn my first million by the time I'm in my 30s.
Yeah.
He goes. And you know why I want to make a lot of money? So that I can share it with the poor. He goes pa like that. So I was so happy. Yeah. So
You
yeah.
did something right there.
I hope
to instill that kind of
with
sense
God's
to
help.
your kids,
Sure,
no?
yeah.
But also, what I'm hearing is there's sensitivity. Parang may sense of kusa. Initiative yung mga anak nyo. But I guess not all families are like that. So maybe in some families, there has to be some explicit, yung talagang pag-usapan, conversation, o pag nag-asawa kayo, ganito, or pag nag-graduate kayo, ganyan. Yung unti-unti.
Yeah.
No? Would you suggest that for the other families?
Sure, but I think I did tell my kids that our
you did.
responsibility ends after their education.
Uh-huh.
After that, they're free to do what they want.
Okay.
Take further studies, look for a job, it's their choice.
But
Yeah,
they
but
spend for it, or
my-
you still spend for it?
They're supposed to spend for it, right? But if they need help, they could come to us for help.
Okay.
Because I said, up to college lang kami.
Okay. Right. That was clear. So medyo explicit.
I think education is primary. Should be. Because that's what you can, that's what they
That's
take.
the investment.
They
Yes.
take them, that stays with them.
Yeah.
It doesn't expire. It probably even grows. No? So I think when it comes to education, learning more, I would give that priority. To me, isa yun ang pinaka-importante. And of course, syempre, when we were starting, we didn't have everything as well. And so there were times that we've had to ask for financial assistance
Help.
because our kids were in school. And for us, I said, education is priority.
So what I'm hearing is okay lang silang manghiram paminsan-minsan, at least for everyone else, not just for the show. So as long as for something you value, such as education or
Yes.
health. Hindi yung, magkakasino kami, pahiram pera.
Well,
no, absolutely not. Okay. All right.
Basic needs.
Basic,
Basic needs,
yes. And it has to be paid back for their own good. Meron ako kilala, nagbabayad nga yung anak nila, pero they save it then. So later on, it can be, an endowment of some sort. Okay, so check mo ito, ang bilis ng oras. Medyo naubusan na tayo oras. But if you have any final advice to all our viewers, and maybe whatever you can share them now to young parents, launching parents, and grandparents alike, what to prepare for or what to expect or what's the best thing that they can keep in mind as a mindset. Ang daming tanong. Basta, address our audience who might be in the same boat, preparing for the same boat, or already are in the same boat as you. What's one thing you want? What not one thing? What are the things that you need them to remember?
I'll use a Khalil Gibran
Yeah, go ahead.
quote. I love, in his book, in The Prophet, he had this thing on children.
Yeah.
And I remember using that for my daughter's wedding na children are like arrows that you shoot
Babo.
from a bow. And tayong mga parents and grandparents are the bows. And so I think there's really not much you can control and predict once you release the arrow. But at least for us as individuals, we need to do our own. We are the launching pad, so to speak, if you want to go to that. And so we have to find ways to also make ourselves better, in terms of our own issues. And for me, at the end of it, that metaphor of Khalil Gibran is really the message that the children don't belong to us; they belong to the future. And that's tough. Actually, that's a tough thing to accept, because ang galing sa'yo eh. Pero you're letting them go eh. And for me and Carl and I believe that at a certain point, you entrust them completely to God. And sometimes down the road, God may allow something to happen that you don't like. But yun ang plano eh, di ba? And so, and God knows that. I think I believe God loves my children and my grandchildren more than I can ever love them. And so I leave it. Lord, ikaw na. So, and maybe the last is, don't stop praying for them. Don't stop praying for each and every one of them, their concerns, their issues. And I think that's the way we continue to connect, even though we've let them go.
Yeah.
Amen.
Oh, beautiful. Carla?
Amen. Well, he said it all. But just to add again, keep the communication lines open. And do your best. And then the rest you lift up to God. And if I may use the image of the hand and the glove again, remove your hand from that glove so that your child or your children can put their hands into that glove.
Yeah. Beautiful. So I hope all the parents out there, are inspired, empowered. It's a little daunting to realize that you're launching your kids and you're letting go. Again, especially for parents who have build their identity all through that. So that's our advice to you. You do not, parenting is just one of your roles, but you build your self-worth also on other things. So that when we launch them, when we let go, and also take care of your marriage, no? Keep the friendship, take care of your marriage. When the kids are out, it's just the two of you again.
Yes.
Balik sa inyo talaga. May dagdag ka, Kala?
Yeah, it helps if the couple is well put together.
Yeah, also, right? So when the kids go, you know each other, you're still friends with your spouse, and you can continue to be productive, rebuild, reproductive, I don't know, but maybe.
Oh, Isa, and I forgot
knows?
to mention self-care. Oh, yeah. That's what gives me the energy to take care of my grandkids.
Yes.
Yeah, because I take care of my physical health as well.
Yes.
It's not only, spiritual, it's physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. It should be holistic.
Everything,
Yes.
correct. Carla is my guru in self-care and natural health. Kami are all about natural health. We love the doctors, but we try to keep away from them as much as possible by taking care of ourselves, right? So I'd like to end with our Bible verse for today. Coming from John 15, verse 16. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, He may give it to you. So trust, as Manolette also mentioned earlier, our children are not our own to begin with. They are the universe, they are God's. So we do our part as much as we can during our time with them, but once we're ready to launch them, we trust that what we built, what we filled them with, formed them with, is enough. And the rest will be up to them to learn from, up to God to form them, reform them, redirect them, because ultimately they have a more capable father, parent, mother than us also. So with that, just some announcements. Just like to remind everyone, for those preparing for marriage, we have the Discovery Weekend coming up this next week after the All Souls, All Saints Day, November 7 to 9. So we hope to see you there. Me and my husband will be the chaplains. So sign up at the discoveryweekend.org as well. And of course, this week is Thanksgiving and All Souls and All Saints Day. We hope everyone will have a wonderful holiday. And we hope that this episode has added some wisdom into how to love your families better, and your children, your grandchildren, your spouses better. And we've kept you entertained and learning for the past hour. So we hope to see you all again next Monday, and hopefully through this program, SPARC, and all the other programs of Radyo Katipunan, we can add a little spark of joy into everyone's life. So thank you, everyone. See you next week. Bye.
What keeps a family shining? It's that spark, the bond between spouses, the wisdom of parents, and the dreams of children. And guess what? We're turning that spark into a show. Introducing Spark. Spouses, parents, and children. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. A program filled with real talk, life hacks, inspiring stories, and yes, even the fun and laughter that keep families strong. So tune in, light up your day, and let's celebrate what makes every family shine. Spark. Spouses, parents, and children. Only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Your campus, your community, your spark of inspiration.